All right. Good evening. Welcome to Poetry Open Mic Asheville Quarantine Love Stream. Coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's a pleasure to be your host tonight and each and every Wednesday night here at Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Brought to you by our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. Big shout out to everyone tuned in down at the Kava bar right now. We love our Kava family and everyone tuned in wherever you are throughout the world now. We're live on Facebook and YouTube, broadcasting all over the world. And we're just trying to keep bringing you a little love into your homes during these times. And I hope everyone's had a good holidays. And we're wishing you a happy new year. This will be our last episode of 2020. Good riddance 2020. But boy, we've had some good times here on the live stream. So thanks to our technical director tonight, Morgan Beissert, and thanks to him for putting together that look back at our at some of our featured poets last week, which you can find that on our YouTube channel and all that good stuff. Anyway, okay. I'm gonna go ahead and kick things off with a few poems tonight. Y'all sit back, relax, get comfortable, and enjoy. This is called Invisible World. I wring out my laundry in the rank world. Blackbirds fly in and out of an open window. For centuries, distress was my dwelling place. I look skyward and dream, head resting in an open window. Tall buildings and street poles block my view, so I throw all of my possessions out of an open window. Kings and their lobbyists lie down in palace corridors. A falcon with a note appears at the open window. Rulers cannot be trusted. Nothing has changed. A bandit steals my soul and makes through an open window. Beside the oak bookshelf, there's a wine bottle filled with peacock feathers. The invisible world lies just beyond the open window. All right. Thanks, y'all. All right. Anyway, let's see. Our feature performer tonight is Gordon Piland, Dr. Gordon Piland, unfortunate. Anyway, I want to have him on tonight because we did have a little bit of good news in 2020. Dr. Gordon, a long-time regular at this open mic, like since the Eagle Street days. So we're talking like 10 years ago. Has been coming to this open mic all the time, until about 4 years ago when he was, long story short, sentenced to 19 years in prison for distributing cannabis. But luckily, just a couple weeks ago, this was overturned and he was released. And so we welcome him back home. And we hope to have you at the open mic soon. We were going to have him on tonight as our featured guest, but unfortunately the technology just did not cooperate and we could not get him connected tonight. So anyway, we want to give a big shout out to him. We do have a video of his we're going to play in just a second, a short video. But anyway, we just want to share that good news and welcome one of our performers in the open mic community back home now. Wonderful to know you've been freed. All right, I'll do a few more poems and then we'll get to that video. Oh yes, and the doctor wanted to said it's very important to smudge, to burn some sage right now. So we're gonna burn some sage for Dr. Gordon. Glad you could be back home for the holidays. Anyway, Dr. Gordon is a musician and he's a musician and a cannabis activist and a long time regular of the open mic, as I said. So, anyway, this next poem is called "The Moon is Weeping Apples into the Ocean." The surreal came long ago, with costumed ancestors dancing from wherever they came. They did not know who was the first mammal to dream. Dreams, like a transistor radio, pick up a weather report from the wrong day and year. A country no longer there, in a language unfamiliar, some preacher screaming unto himself, nothing is isolated. Every dream departs. In waking life, a woman at a party who met me once a year before tells me I was in her dream last night. I was warning everyone about the small animals who were in danger. I pleaded for people to help them. Then I met Tom Rayworth and told him who I was. "I know," he said. Astonished, I remarked, "That's cool." And he replied, "No shit." All right, thank you. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I'll do one more original and then a couple cover poems to close it out, but thank you all for tuning in tonight, and big shout out to the Dr. Gordon. And all our performers, we have some amazing performers lined up tonight. Lee Stockdale's in the house, Justin Blackburn's in the house, Christopher T. George, and who else? We have a few others too. By the way, if you're performing tonight, follow that StreamYard link and we'll get you on here as soon as possible. This next poem is called Present. The dog points her ears at the moon. A full moon in Leo rising through trees and snow clouds, dark blue evening sky full of action, weeping blankets on the highways and the little town of houses with yellow windows. I pass the time as best I can, from one horizon to the other. We sit together in silence, saying everything we needed. Now the silence does all the talking. It is the sound of knowing we are safe for one moment. It is the sound of knowing our presence is enough. It is the sound of the wind and the empty bus going by. It is the sound that the dog hears when nothing else stirs. And this is a poem by one of my favorite poets, W.S. Merwin. This is To the New Year. With what stillness at last you appear in the valley, your first sunlight reaching down to touch the tips of a few high leaves that do not stir, as though they had not noticed and did not know you at all. Then the voice of a dove calls from far away in itself to the hush of the morning. So this is the sound of you, here and now. Whether or not anyone hears it, this is where we have come with our age, our knowledge, such as it is, and our hopes, such as they are, invisible before us, untouched, and still possible. some W.S. Merwin to get us started here, and I'll leave you with these poems, the mountain poems of Meng Haoshan, translated by David Hinton, of course. This is Lingering Out Farewell with Wang Wei. Those isolate depths of quiet. Why do I wait morning after morning, unable to return? I'm happy to go search out fragrant herbs, but I'll long for you, an old friend far away. So few along this road of life to depend on, kindred spirits rare. I should know by now, it's enough nurturing isolate depths of quiet back home again, my old garden gate closed. And years in, on returning to southern mountains. No more hope of advising high ministers. I return to my hut in the southern mountains. Talent unworthy of bright rule, cast away and tangled in sickness. Old friends rare. Spring's green is crowding last year out, but white hairs hurrying me into old age. Memories endless. No sleep in this remorse. A pine moon empties a late night window. It's good stuff. Good stuff. Anyway, greetings everyone. Wishing y'all a happy new year. This is the last open mic of 2020. We're gonna be done with it and moving on. That's what we do. And we're wishing everyone the best for the new year. Absolutely. Please keep sticking with us. Many thanks to our sponsor, Sovereign Kava. Couldn't do it without y'all. Give it up for Sovereign Kava. And shout out to all our homies down there at the bar right now. Shout out to everybody tuned in tonight. And we really appreciate your viewership and your likes, comments, and shares. Yes, indeed. Please do keep the comments coming. We love being able to chat with y'all while we're doing this thing. Anyway, cool. Yes, we couldn't get Gordon connected tonight, unfortunately. We'll try to get him back on in the future. But we're gonna show an old video of his, and then we'll get to our next performer. We'll go Lee Stockdale, Justin Blackburn, Christopher, and whoever's next after that. We'll figure that out and let you know. All right. Okay. Anyway, so y'all go ahead and make a whole bunch of noise and welcome back, Dr. Gordon Piland. Give it up, y'all.
Ho Mikakuya Senja, Allah, Bang Shiva, Jesus, Gaia. Wash my face in the evening sun as I move out of the day. With the holy smoke I pray. Through the doubt and through the joy of life there is a way. With the holy smoke we pray. Moving like a river, music I will play, and with the holy smoke I pray. Surrounded by confusion, times I cannot find a way. I stop, I stop, I stop, and with the holy smoke I pray. The last words that I heard my grandmother say, lift me, I want to hear you play. Wash my face in the morning sun as I move into the day. With the holy smoke I pray. Moving like a river, the music I will play. With the holy smoke we pray. Human beings are burning something every day. Quaffing our own fire is a way. Wash my face in the evening sun as I move out of the day. With a holy smoke I pray. With a holy smoke we pray. With a holy smoke we pray.
All right. Thank you, Dr. Gordon. That was Dr. Gordon Piland, who's back out. He's been released from prison for cannabis and is a free man now. And we welcome him back. A little bit of good news this year. Anyway, he's got a new group coming out called the Smudgems, so y'all look out for them. And burn some sage for the good doctor. We do appreciate it. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Of course, my name's Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be your host here on the Open Mic. And we're going to keep it moving now because we have some more fabulous performers coming at you. Let's see. It's really good to see Lee Stockdale back in the house tonight. A fabulous poet, author, and all-around musician, all-around talented dude here. Here in Asheville with us. So, let's see if we can beam him in now. You know what you got to do, though, wherever you are, if you're at home or in your car or in public somewhere, all masked up, or stand outside the Kava bar if you're still out there. Yeah, okay. Jump up and down, twist around, spin, shout, clap your hands together, shout, and make a whole bunch of noise for our performer. This is Lee Stockdale. Y'all give it up. Lee!
Hey, man, how are you?
Hey, man, I am good. It's good to see you. How have you been?
Hey, I had a great day. I went to Earth Fair, which I hadn't been to in a couple years. And,
yeah.
Gosh, man.
They're back open, right?
I know they're back open. It's a lot of fun. There are people there. Everybody's wearing a mask. And I had a salad there, which I wasn't even anticipating, but I thought, hey, instead of going to McDonald's, I'll go just eat right here.
Right? It's probably a lot healthier.
Oh, I think so, yes.
I think so.
Yeah. Hey, well, thanks for doing this, man, as always. This is great.
My pleasure. Well,
this is great.
It's great being able to do this for everyone.
Yeah.
And, keep some kind of connection going even when we can't get together.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's terrific, yes.
But yeah.
Thanks for letting me play tonight. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, absolutely, totally. So what have you been working on, music or poetry or?
Mostly poetry, and I've written a novel, so I'm looking for an agent,
cool.
And it starts in the first line. It's the spirit of 5 dead nuns. So if you know any agents who want to take on a novel that starts with the spirit of 5 dead nuns,
Well, I don't know any agents at all, so.
Well, I've had a couple look at it.
Maybe I'd.
I'm getting a little hot just talking about it, but that's exciting to me, So working on that, writing poetry,
Fantastic.
A lot of that, playing the piano. Cool. Hey, when you get back to music night, man, I wanna try to collaborate with you on the drums, and I'll be on the piano.
Please do, man. I would love that. I miss jamming with you.
Yeah, man. All right.
Yeah.
So I got some poems.
You got some of those poems tonight? Excellent.
I got some poems.
All right. Well, Lee, I will go ahead and turn it over to you and let you share your poems. But thank you for being here. Y'all give it up for Lee.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, well, this is all new stuff. And this first thing is called Campfire. Nothing by mouth. I've been baptized twice, as a babe by water, in a Quonset hut later. They come like armies from Lord of the Rings to get in my head and inject me with guilt. I'm not hypnotized. I only get sleepy as they swing the watch back and forth on a chain. I need to be more like Winston Churchill, on land, on the sea, in the air, and so on. Mount my own personal Normandy invasion, while bombers make London a waltz of flames. What a surprise! My father directs families into underground tunnels. I want to stop, embrace him. Suggest we go someplace for tea and chat. Instead, I'm forced onto the Lusitania. Chronologically, it comes to me, this is backwards going. I passed Queen Victoria dressed in black, Mark Twain in a St. Louis auditorium, the Knights of the Round Table, more like an oval, to Christ himself up on the cross where time stops, then moves forward again. The fire's embers have turned to ash. The musicians are leaving with their guitars. I'm left with the light of the cheerful moon. This is family. I think this could be a sitcom. the world's best dad, husband of the century. On Father's Day, he gets socks and trophies. When he goes to play golf, they wave from the front door. Have a great day. Hit a hole in one. As soon as he leaves, they begin cleaning and vacuuming, though it's Saturday, and they too could be playing. They want him to come home and smell the smells of the family room carpet, newly shampooed. By then, the charcoal is neatly stacked like a pyramid in the backyard grill. Matches and lighter fluid on a tree stump ready to flare up his famous hamburgers. After dinner, they jump in the car, spouting the names of flavors of ice cream they'll get at the Tasty Freeze, where they'll watch the line of hardworking ants march to a cone someone dropped on the ground. As the sun goes down on their picnic table and the neon Tasty Freeze light flickers on, they ignore the sound of bugs getting zapped and everything else that doesn't quite fit. Happy heart. Are you there for me, happy heart? To break through the walls of death to love? Happy heart, be known to me. More than that, be maximum leader. Declare martial law for love and compassion. Overpower the claws of the love-feeding vulture that rips you from my freezing chest and flies you off to the gates of hell, which I admit sounds overdramatic. Let's say flies you off to its nest in the trees, where baby vultures eat you and drink your blood. Not only disgusting, but also mean. Happy heart, I'm counting on you to hide in the Midwest from conspiracy theorists who set out trick traps to slice your ventricles like a fire hose at a 5-alarm fire. Don't let your house be burned to the ground. Look out for ashes clogging your future. You are not a rabid dog. Come home, happy heart. Make me happy again. And for those of you who know something about COVID-19, this is my last poem. It's called The Explicable Beauty of Color. Driving east on Cane Creek, that unusual straightaway, with mountains on either side drifting up, I had never beheld such vivid colors than those wrapped onto the farther off mountains, like the clarity of the atmosphere following rain, though there hadn't been rain, only seasonable cold. I almost had to shake off the impression something was filtering the sun, giving these colors their electric beauty like an old master's painting, until it occurred to me what was happening. My first day back among the living, after COVID-19 took me down, when I felt like bored, invisible men were beating my chest with bowling pins, and each individual rib of my cage ached like an abandoned mine shaft or cave, and what tiny pockets of air I could breathe shot rusted buckets of pain out my eyes, exacerbated by the group of bored men now beating their pins at the back of my head. Day by slow day, the beating abated. The telephone nurse released me from quarantine, and these colors I see driving east on Cane Creek are not the result of a cleansing rain, but the cleansing of a COVID-19 from my brain. that was a happy experience, that drive. Thank you. Good night. Wear a mask and don't breathe that much. Thank you.
Yes, indeed. Lee Stockdale, y'all. Thank you so much, Lee. Fantastic stuff.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the Happy Heart poem, man. Talk about an intense poem.
Wrote that last night.
That one's got some meat to it.
Yeah, well, thank you.
Yeah,
All right.
absolutely.
Hey, thanks, man.
And,
have a great night.
Hey, thank you. You too. And I like the last poem as well. The COVID poem, really, really great, man. I'm glad you're all right,
It's a bad
dude.
experience, man. It's a bad experience.
It does not sound like something I want to get, man, or
no.
I wouldn't wish it on anyone, man. But glad you're all right. Thank you for being here tonight. Hope you can make it back soon.
Thank you so much, man.
All right. Happy New Year, Lee.
Be good.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Lee Stockdale, y'all.
Thank you.
And you're tuned in to the one and only Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from North Carolina here. My name's Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be your host. We're rocking and rolling here tonight. We got some more performers coming at you. Definitely want to thank our sponsor, Sovereign Kava, for all their support over the years, keeping this open mic going, even during the pandemic. And we're going to keep it going for you in the new year. We'll have all sorts of other wonderful feature poets for you and performers from all over the place, and we'll have some special stuff coming up for you in the new year. But I hope everyone has a safe and happy New Year's Eve and all that good stuff. Anyway, we do have Justin Blackburn next. It's always good to see Justin Blackburn in the house, one of my poet brothers here in Asheville. We've had a lot of fun getting into poetry stuff together over the years, so let's bring him on tonight. Y'all gonna have to make some noise though. Jump up and down, shout. It's Justin Blackburn.
Woo! All right.
Yeah.
Woo! What's up,
man? What's up, Justin?
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
Doing well.
That's good, man. You feeling better, man? I know you've been sick the last couple of times, man.
Oh, one time I felt a little under the weather.
Oh, okay.
I've been feeling good. I just had that one. It's more, I think, what happened is like the the seasons changed, got cold.
Oh yeah.
Kind of got a little bit of I've just been, because of the virus going around, I've just like probably done the best job of really taking care of myself, like eating healthy and getting plenty of sleep. When I feel a little bit of like, oh God, I go to sleep and you know what I'm saying?
I feel you, man.
So it was just like one of those nights where I was honestly just tired and felt a little under the weather. And I was like, I'm just going to try to get some sleep because
that's the thing to do, man.
Yeah.
Get that
you don't
sleep,
you gotta have a healthier immune system right now more than anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
definitely.
So, how's everything going your way?
Man, it is good. I am doing well. I can't complain. Everything's good with me. I'm just hanging in there. Doing this thing, and waiting until we can do some shows again.
Yeah, man, I can't wait.
Yeah, totally. But what's new with you, man? I know you're always writing a lot. You got the new album out, which I got to see my mom for Christmas, so we were bumping that a little bit.
Oh hell yeah,
hanging out, man. Yeah, we love that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I've been focusing a lot on the life coaching. I've been doing that. Kind of spend a lot of time doing that. More recently, haven't really been writing as much, to be honest. Actually, tonight for the show, I was Button Poetry is having a
shout out to Button Poetry.
Shout out to Button Poetry. Yeah. And I was thinking of entering it, and I have a couple of books that I have because they've rejected. I've lost pretty much every time. I mean, I've lost every time, but I have some books. I have like tons of poetry books.
Yeah, you do.
So,
by the way, check out Justin online. He's got a bunch of books for sale.
So I was like, man, what should I, throw out there? And I found this book that just poems that I've written called, I found this called Love Yourself Enough is a book of poetry and then I found this poem that I wrote like maybe 10 years ago that I was like, this is my like epic, Ginsberg Howell kind of poem.
Yeah.
And I brought it out tonight because I was thinking of, and it kind of sucks. So I was editing it. I'm like, damn, this is not that good. But it's just really, it was like 10 pages, Oh,
wow.
I've been editing it in the last couple hours, and I was gonna read. I've cut it down to about. It's not finished, but I've cut it down to like 2 pages and one little verse.
Oh, that's good, man. Out of 10 pages, that's some good editing
I still might put more in there, but it's just like it was back when I used to, use a lot of words and maybe didn't always know what the fuck I was talking about.
Right.
I just said words, damn. But like, there's the initial idea for the poem I really like still, but I just. The execution wasn't as good, so I'm kind of I'm working on the execution right now. And there's a lot of cut off, but
well, I mean that's really cool to be able to go back to something like that,
No,
like,
I love
maybe
that.
I have a little different skills, a little different perspective now, but maybe this was a good idea. I just need to like rework it,
Totally. So
that's cool.
So yeah, just cut out. I just been cutting a lot of fat from it.
Yeah,
what they say,
Cool. Yeah. Trimming the fat, man.
Trimming the fat. Exactly.
Yeah. Very good. Cool, man. Well, I'm stoked to hear it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate it.
I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, man.
Cool.
All right. Everyone give it up for Justin Blackburn. Woo! Woo!
My name is Justin Blackburn. I'm the author of this powerful book called The Bisexual Christian Suburban Failure and Lightning Bipolar Blues. It's $15 if anybody wants it. It's a novel. It's a fiction novel. It's really powerful. It's good. It's about confronting and healing trauma. The poem I'm going to read tonight, I might read a couple more maybe, or one or two more from this collection that I was thinking about sending to Button. It's like, this poem's called Love, It's All There's Left to Do Now. All right. We married for money. We seduced the bartender. We cleaned ourselves in a tepid bathtub of Republican rust. We took their drugs. Love, it's all there's left to do now. We worked for greed. We paid anger to fight our battles. We gave our self-defeating salaries to revenge in hopes he'd avenge our wounds. We fell into the ditch Pain dug for our enemies. Love, it's all there's left to do now. We sat in the electric chair. We won the Academy Award. We fed our ego the beast we murdered. We appointed ourselves as the mighty judge. We sentenced God to the death penalty. We have seen the rippling in the water. Love, it's all there's left to do now. We became the lawyer. We followed the guidance counselor's advice. We bought the dollhouse. We gagged ourselves gangrene on the fuzziest new gadget. We screamed deep inside the rotting, hollow stomach of panic. Love, it's all there's left to do now. We maimed our dreams. We feigned holier than thou. We ignored ourselves to wear the face list of a tourist. We called the plumber. We are still full of shit. Love, it's all there's left to do now. We fought wars for our dicks. We used our blood for murder. We punished our own inner child while the whole time the option for loving pure from our hearts shined and polished our fatal flesh. Love, it's all that is left. We strung ourselves out on everything else. Our hearts are anorexic. Our masks are sick of our face. Our costumes are exhausted from hanging us out to dry. Satan is crying in hell. He's tired of sin. He wants to repent. He wants to forgive. The Hitler within desires to meditate. We have employed all the other options. They are not working for us. We got that Twitter follower. We agreed with his hatred. We gave up our uniqueness. We dissolved our fingerprints to the bone. We boarded up the empty minds, the empty rooms in our own homes and our own minds. Love. It's the only thing that left to keep us alive. All right, that's that poem. From Love Yourself Enough. I might read two more. Boom, 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 boom. This poem is we'll just do the ones that I have done. I'm going to do two more. This first one is called I Am Enough. Like a sip of water, I am enough. At a vegan restaurant, belly breathing, enjoying the feeling of being alone. With the universe as my home, I am enough on my own. Is there anything else you need? The waiter asks. No, thank you. All right, here's the last one for the night. Thank you all for coming back, for being here. Much love to everybody. Much love to the Kava bar. Much love to Caleb. Can't wait till we get to do shows again. Everybody wear your masks and, be as healthy as possible for yourself. Love yourself. This poem is called Love Yourself Enough. There we go. Actually, I might read a different one of this one because I have a bunch of them about this. I've read that one before. That's like one of my slam ones. Let's see what I got. I might not know what they're saying, so it might not be the best thing to read it, but here we go. All right, this is called Love Yourself Enough to Be Vulnerable. Love yourself enough to be vulnerable, to admit to being an idiot, to confess gently with swag to your partner, to your boss, to your enemy that you are a death-fearing, self-sabotaging, hypocritical, control freak dick. Love yourself enough to stop blaming shit, to quit making your unconsciousness other people's problems, to know whatever fucks with you, you can change it. Love yourself enough to get therapy or listen to Abraham Hicks, or to love every part of you, broken, ugly, demanding, cold, panicked, hopeless, to take responsibility for the actions of your unloved feelings, to not bypass them or pretend they don't exist, but to love them enough so they'll stop talking shit, so you can tell them the truth that they are you and you are beautiful. Why do we fear the parts people think are bad? Why do we try and hide them so far in the dark? Those are the parts that need the sunlight the most, the unclaimed ghosts. Bring them back to life. Take them to heaven, drop them off, and drive. Love yourself enough to take your fearful energy and use it to desire, to create the life you desire, to embrace the constant challenge we call change, which is the only thing always happening, the only thing needed to accept to live happily. And that's that. And I hadn't read that poem in a long time, but I think I'm going to hopefully have some time to work on some stuff and put this shit out. Hey, Barbara. Hope you're doing good. Thanks, Caleb. I appreciate that.
That's Justin Blackburn, y'all. Thank you, Justin.
Yeah.
Dude, great stuff, man.
Yeah, I feel like that first poem is kind of like a Caleb Beissert poem.
oh man, thank you. Yeah, that's cool.
No, I mean that is an incredible compliment. Just the way.
Yeah.
I mean, like the way I read it, I think I was kind of ripping you off. You know what I mean?
Hey, go for it, man. If it works, take it.
The flow of it. You know what I mean? Like, what is that? Like the rhythm, like
the cadence.
The cadence, yeah.
Yeah.
The cadence. Exactly.
The meter, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Cool.
I kind of heard your voice while I was reading it. It was cool.
I love that. I love it. I get that sometimes. I'll hear like a friend's voice or somebody's voice to like a particular poem.
Yeah.
Like usually it's mine, but sometimes a poem will come out and someone else's. You know?
Totally.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I love that. I like the old one, man. I'd say keep that one, man. Keep working on that.
No, I am. I'm gonna keep working on that one. I like it was like I said. I liked it when I first read it, but it was like I just used to use so much like meaningless language that I just had like that first line where it says, I think it's like what we've married for money was like, we've married for money. It was like a 3, line and just said a bunch of shit. And I just cut it off to we've married for money. You know what I mean? Like
right. And it actually says more that way, probably.
Exactly.
Right? Like
yeah,
totally. I love that. I love how you can take stuff away and then it'll actually say something bigger than what it says with a whole bunch of words.
Exactly. Yeah, it's kind of like a lot to do, but I like the cadence of the poem and I like the message of the poem. So I'm gonna keep working on it.
Yeah, you should. I think sometimes when sometimes I'll write a poem, I'll have an idea for a poem or something that I don't really know how to write at the time.
Oh, me too.
And then like later on, I've had that happen before where it's like, oh wow, I finally wrote that poem like I wanted to. And then I have whole stacks of others where I still don't know how to write them.
Totally. Like that book I have, it's hard to get there when you're already there. I came up with when I was like 21.
Yeah.
And
you've been working on it ever since, right?
But
you've done a few versions.
Like 22 or 23.
Yeah, okay.
And it was garbage. Like 90% of it was not good because I didn't. I mean, some of it and I've been editing those poems ever since to make it more of like the title's great. It's hard to get there when you're already there, but I didn't really understand it enough to write a whole book about it. So it's hard to get there when you're already there with just a bunch of random poems that didn't have that focus.
That weren't there.
Yeah, exactly.
Quite yet.
Yeah. Exactly. So it took me a long time to. So I think that happens.
It was hard to get there.
When you're younger, you don't know how to like you said, like you're kind of above. Sometimes, like your present self doesn't know how to write the ideas of your future self yet.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. That's great, man. That's fantastic. And then that old book is Love Yourself Enough is the name of it.
Yeah, it's not out or anything. It's
okay. I was gonna say I don't think I have that one.
No, it's
in my Blackburn collection.
I think you got You're Not a Normal Human Being.
Oh, definitly, I got that.
It was in there.
Yeah. Okay, all right, cool.
Enough, and it was like written like 5, 6 pages of craziness, but like just kind of like you said, as you get older and start to get better at it, you can kind of cut things up. So it's kind of like an idea for a book, and then I actually turned one of those some of that piece into like a slam poem that does pretty well. So yeah, I just kind of I think I want to work on this and send that out to Button. Because,
send it to Button, man. Totally.
Yeah.
They would probably dig that stuff.
Yeah, I hope so.
I mean, I don't know. I never know what editors are gonna do.
I don't either.
To this
I'll
day,
just kind of throw it out there, and then eventually I'll try to publish it because it's a book of. I don't think I have a book out of really like my real uplifting, positive shit.
Yeah.
So that'll be my first book of like where every poem's like pretty positive.
Interesting. Okay. Because I would say like You're Not a Normal Human Being is kind of that.
Yeah, you're right.
I found that book very uplifting.
That was mostly uplifting. Yeah.
I mean, I guess it's got everything. There's I guess I like having a little conflict in everything, and what I see more is the positive message more so than like the conflict in a book. So like.
Yeah,
I don't know. I would say like all your books are pretty positive, but
yeah, there's a lot of
even bisexual,
Yeah, there's some
I mean, like, which is actually like pretty dark,
Yeah, it's very dark, but it goes into like, yeah. I mean, I the intention in all my stuff is to inspire and to kind of like make the unconscious conscious, and to do that, you have to go into the unconscious, which is the scary part,
Right.
So,
that shadow work, so to speak.
The shadow work, exactly. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, it was great to see you. I think I'm gonna get I think I'm gonna hopefully maybe this is inspiring. I love
man.
The thing about reading poetry out loud in front of people, it's always amazing, like that's what I also still love about this, but going out, you'd read it and then you could really hear a different. I know we talked about this before, but you could could like kind of be your own editor when you say it in front of people.
And I think like you and I, that's has sort of become part of the writing process for us.
Totally.
And so like that's why you see us at open mic. I mean, when there are open mics, you and I are like open mic junkies. We're like,
yeah, exactly.
We got to try to hit them all.
Yeah, exactly.
But especially you.
Yeah,
doing like the comedy and the poetry mics in the same night.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do it. But cool, man. Dude, have a really good New Year.
Hey, you too, man. Have a great one. I'll hopefully see you next Wednesday.
All right, that sounds great, brother.
All right, man. Have a great show. Much love to all the poets and performers.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, much love, Justin. Y'all give it up for Justin Blackburn. And you're tuned into the one and only Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina. Many thanks for riding with us tonight. Some comments there for Justin. Keep in mind our Sovereign is Kava sponsor. Our sponsor is Sovereign Kava. Check them out. They're here in Asheville. They're open for to-go orders only, masks required. Right? Thank you for the comments, y'all. Please keep the comments coming. We really love hearing from y'all out there. And please keep it locked here. Keep it tuned in. Poetry Open Mic Asheville. We got some more awesome performers coming at you. Christopher T. George is up next. And then we have our special New Year's performance from East Dog. East Dog sliding through tonight. For New Year's, he's going to do a set. And then we got Emilio. And who else? Did we have Laura? Anyone else who wants to join in, just follow that StreamYard link. And you can talk to us in the private chat back there. And we'll get you on screen and ready to perform as soon as possible. We invite anyone to come share your work, your poetry, music, comedy, whatever. It's all good here. It's all poetry. And join us here. We're here each and every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Time, U.S. All right, let's go to Delaware now, where we have Christopher T. George joining us. And yes, indeed, I believe they got some snow up there. We did finally get some snow here. Here's Christopher T. George. Y'all give it up. Make some noise. All right, Christopher.
Hey, Caleb.
Hey, how are you tonight?
Okay, unfortunately, we've lost our snow. It's all melted away.
Yeah. We've still got some patches. Yeah, we had a little Christmas Eve snow up here.
Great.
And yeah, it stuck for a few days. Yep. But anyway, yes. How are things with you? Have you been able to write much over the holidays? Have you been
I've just written late father-in-law's gloves that I used to clear the snow a couple of days ago, and they're starting to fall apart. So I wrote about that. So that's one of the
I love
poems
it.
that I'm going to read.
I love to find inspiration in these sort of ordinary everyday objects, you know.
Right,
Like,
right, yeah.
like
And
Neruda's odes or something like that, you know. It's,
yeah, well,
or Jane Hirschfield's Sharon Snow.
yeah, yeah, all those things. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, I take a lot of inspiration in people's lives, biographies, you know, and
Right.
you know, the experiences that they've had and so on. So, you
I
know,
see.
all of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
great.
Indeed. All right. Well, I will I'll turn it over to you then, and we'll hear the good poetry.
Okay.
So thank you for being here, Christopher. Y'all give it up for Christopher.
Gonna begin with a couple of juggling of words. It's fun to juggle words in my mind. Lintel, lantana, and lenticel. All are so easy to seek and find. Harpoon, spittoon, and carotene. Some words are short, others quite long. It, go, and circumnavigate. Words may be musical as a song, harmony, melody, or syncopate. I like to find words that move, slide, and sway, then dance and run. My mind is serious, but not my words, laughing gaily, boisterous with fun. When I was here a few weeks ago, I read a poem by Maryland poet David Andrews, spoken in the words of Carl Sandburg. It was called My Feud with Frost. And David also wrote a poem called Of Fire and Ice, as spoken by Robert Frost. One winter afternoon, when the late sun was casting its pale farewell among the shadowed mountains and hills, I went out on the snow to gather another supply of white birch logs against the coming chill of night on our New Hampshire farm. They called me the Handman of Derry in those rough early years of day labor and night wanderings. But I was more than a chicken farmer. Yes, I was also a husband and father, though given to moods and fevers, and a walker of the woods, a botanizer, a stargazer, and a writer of verse. Not just a dabbler in words, I trust, but a workman, one who labored deeply with the husbandry and craftsmanship of words, and also, if need be, a hewer and chopper of language, as one might hew and chop among the fallen white birch, to gain a fresh supply of seasoned logs against the seasoned or unseasonable cold. And so it was that winter afternoon, coming in from the backyard where we kept the stacks of wood under a shelter of old metal roofing nailed onto poles. I brought an armload of those white-skinned logs with their handsome flecks and scars of brown and black, and heaved the load onto the dwindling store of wood against the sheltered wall inside our porch. As the new logs tumbled into place, a piece of ice was knocked off and fell to the floor. I picked it up, brushed the wood flakes off, and started into the kitchen, thinking I'd put the ice chunk in my mouth and work its cold wetness with my tongue. Instead, I stopped by our kitchen stove, now merrily hot with wood-burning zeal. I tossed the piece of ice onto the flat metal of that old stove. The ice danced lightly on the hot lid, trembling with excitement, As if gradually melted away, its form was changed from a rough chunk of ice into a vibrant globe of water. And then, as it gained in heat and ecstasy, it became a breath of steam, and like a muse or a sprite in the moonlit woods, it vanished away. And as I stood there, deep in thought, I knew how like a life or poem it was. For surely this is true, like a piece of ice on a hot stove, the poem must ride on its own melting. And this is the poem that I wrote about my late father-in-law's gloves that are unfortunately starting to fall apart now, such that I had to buy some new gloves, the docent's gloves. I inherit a pair of worn Black & Decker work gloves from my late father-in-law. Everyone said that Donald was a decent docent and something of a small-time inventor, a retired technician who worked for Bell Telephone, Philadelphia, and former US Navy motor mechanic in World War II, who volunteered at the Hagley Museum in Wilmington, Delaware, and helped restore antique gears at a local living history mill. Donald's design patent number 378,348, which he called the hook, the adjustable length shock cord, improved on the bungee cord. Now, 5 years after he passed, I'm wearing Donald's worn gloves as I clear snow and ice from the sidewalks around his Harmony Hills ranch house after the snow and ice blizzard that deluged Newark, Delaware, and the cold dampness wears a hole in a digit of his tired gloves. I drive to Lowe's for bags of environmentally friendly rock salt and purchase some new mechanic's gloves, planning a funeral for Donald's much-worn Black & Decker pair. In aisle 28, each and every bag of salt has a hole in it, spilling rock salt on the floor, and I wish that Donald, holder of design patent number 378,348, were still alive to invent tear-proof packaging and handles for life-loving rock salt. This is another poem that I wrote about my rather fraught relationship with my late father. Noli me tangere, Latin for touch me not. Daddy, must there be blood? Though your corporeal presence has deserted me, I still think of you 30 years on. Wonder if you really cared for me. You reach out to me and I flinch. Now I help your shriveled widow into the toilet. Everything's come full circle. Now I'm an old man, almost your age. When you passed, ice on the Anacostia, felled trees dusted with snow, unspoken words, words that should never have been spoken. And going to finish with this one. This poem is about, well, it was written some decades ago, but it's applicable to this year and what we've been living through. The seventh plague. You cannot expect it to be you. It comes out of nowhere, grabs you by the throat, and suddenly your body is like a liner, sinking bow first, a fire in every room, one name repeated over and over on the intercom, your name. Your body knows the ravages, and you think, where are man's wonders in the face of relentless nature? It's as if they've left you, gone on vacation, checked into a health spa, hitting the Nautilus machines in meaningless frenzy. The stars of redemption lie just beyond reach. Still, you try to grab for them, even though the prognosis is unequivocal. The jury is in, and every juror says guilty. Dying, this body is no longer yours. You are trapped in it, drowning. As the boundaries of recognizability blur, you remain human most in your capacity for suffering. Thank you, Caleb.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Christopher T. George. Thank you very much. Yeah, we really enjoyed that. Loved the Donald's Glove poem, and then that first one too, where you're playing with the sounds of the words.
Right.
I just love that. Yeah, I love that sort of thing too.
Yeah, well, that's one of the things that I love about poetry and writing in general.
Right.
Word sounds and names of places. It comes with the territory. Names of places and unusual words. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
it's one of the big attractions for me.
Yeah, I love that. And then that what was the one that ended with the bit about the poem melting on its own ice?
That was the Robert Frost poem by David Andrews.
Okay.
It's called Of Fire and Ice, spoken in the words of as spoken by Robert Frost.
Right. Yeah. I've heard that. That's such a beautiful piece. Yeah. That's great. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you again for being here tonight. Hope you can make it next week, and I hope you have a happy New Year.
Yep, you too, Caleb, and everybody down there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Christopher. Everyone give it up one more time for Christopher T. George.
Right.
Yes, indeed. And thanks for tuning in to Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Yes, indeed. Happy New Year coming up. There's a beautiful full moon rising over the ridge tonight. And we are doing some open mics. So things are good. Things are good right now. Thanks for joining me here in my living room from wherever you are. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be your host here. Thanks to our sponsor, Sovereign Kava, for their support of this open mic. We're keeping it going for you. All right. Very good. Let's see. We got some more wonderful performers coming at you, so keep it locked here. Ease Dog is up next. And then we have Priestess Super Vixen back in the house. We're so happy to have her back with us. It's been a minute. And then we have Emilio Maldonado from Chicago, of course. And then I think we might even have a space or two left tonight if anyone else wants to join in. We got that link posted. Just follow the link in the broadcast studio and let us know. We'll get you on here as soon as possible. But anyway, without further ado, I understand Ease Dog is with us tonight and has a little New Year's performance for us because we always have such a good time on New Year's at the Kava bar. I know last year we had Ease Dog perform. Ease Dog did the countdown for us, and we were all playing music. It was a good time. People were dancing, and little did we know what the year had in store. But anyway, It's good to have him back on tonight. Let's see if we can beam in Ease Dog. Y'all go ahead and make some noise for Ease Dog. Give it up. Ease Dog. What's up, Ease? Hey.
Yeah, I was not expecting you and stuff to come up to it that early.
Oh yeah, man, it's going quick tonight. But are you good? You ready to do this thing?
Well, shoot, to be honest, I actually got a little something surprise and stuff for y'all, but I just need like a little few minutes and stuff though.
Oh, okay. I think we can go to the next performer and come back to you.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Yeah, no problem, Ease. We'll be right back to Ease in a minute. Y'all stay tuned. Thank you, Ease. Okay. All right. Ease Dog needs a minute. That's all right. We'll work with him. But no worries. We have another amazing performer lined up for you next. It's so good to see Priestess Super Vixen in the house. Another one of our friends of the open mic regular here, and just all around amazing performer. And it's good to see her back tonight. So y'all help me welcome Priestess Super Vixen. Give it up, y'all. Give it up. Hey.
Good day, everyone.
Valerie.
It's good to see you guys.
You. Yeah.
I miss you guys.
I miss you too. How have you been?
Yeah. It's been one incredible year, and
I know.
that's what I'm gonna do is do a quick talk saying thank you, 2020. So
cool. Thank you, 2020.
Yeah.
I guess it has certainly taught us a lot.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
Yeah, it did. It opened our eyes, and so
yeah.
I mean, I've been vibing with many folks when they're like, "Oh my God, thank God 2020 is over." La 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 la, and I'm like, you know what? A lot of good things happen. So yeah, it's all about perspective. So I'm gonna just offer perspective.
Yeah, that's good, and it's good to focus on the good things, even if they're few and far between. But yeah,
Yes.
well, wonderful. Well, thank you for being here, and I'll turn it over to you and let you do your thing. And everyone out there, wherever you are, if you're at home or in your car or in public somewhere, put your hands together, jump up and down, make some noise for Priestess Super Vixen.
Good day, everyone. This is your girl, Valerie, High Priestess, Super Vixen. And I just wanted to offer a perspective, a simple conversation about thanking 2020 for what it did, okay? Because we're going to walk into 2021. And I want to walk into 2021 empowered from 2020, okay? Thank you so much, 2020. Yes, I feel like many, I'm grateful that you're moving on and that a whole nother year of an adventure is awaiting just a few days. But to be honest with you, 2020 did a lot for our society here in the Americas and around the world. Individually, many of us have been so busy in the rat race to just make sure we were providing for ourselves and our family, making sure that we were handling all of our tasks. And we were so preoccupied with life that we weren't living. What 2020 did, along with, of course, an agent, is that it made us sit down with one another. It made us reevaluate who we were where we really wanted to go, where there was a break that didn't allow us to move into that reality that we wanted. There were some sad things that happened, very horrible things that happened. And for many people of color, we appeared as if we were making it up, that there were some unfairness happening in our society. We were just saying that we were playing the black card and all of this stuff. We were treated as if we didn't have common sense to differentiate between what was really happening in our world against people of color versus our fear of what was happening against people of color. And with our technology, it put everything in our face, things we just couldn't deny. And then we found ways to still do that too. Oh, those people knew each other. That was all an act on TV. There was an aspect that we couldn't even believe our own eyes now, because there is a media war alongside a frequency battle that we're having here right now in our society. People can literally find information and given sources to research that information to support whatever agenda or concept that was wanted. And where did that leave us? More fear, a lot more mistrust, a lot more aloneness. Now, of course, I've said here and I'm saying thank you to 2020, and I don't appear to sound very happy about it, but all of it served a purpose. You see, while we had all this misinformation, we had to learn to wake up and deprogram the programs, trust our own intuition, and strengthen our belief and value system about the world that we want to live in. We had somehow forgotten that the whole concept of America was that we were capable of having different views, and made the best concept win. And it was only temporary. For there was an opportunity for other belief systems to step in, take over, and we were to move forward. 2020 allowed us to listen more to our children. For many of us adults, fear had overtaken us so that it was up to children to say, stuff isn't right. And when I say children, I'm talking 20-year-olds, preteens, even little toddlers taught us again about love. They taught us again about unity. They taught us about how to stand up for what was right. I can hear toddlers debating with adults about our reality, about our politics, piles of tricks. And they come from within true ancient wisdom and knowledge. And they dropped it like a mic right in our faces. You see, they aren't as afraid as the adults were. They weren't confused that we're all humans. and that we all deserve to be heard and safe and loved and fed. Oh, and what about all these nonprofit initiatives right here in the city of Asheville? Oh my gosh, there were some of them that kept constantly giving us information about what was happening with the COVID experience, resources on how to get fed. We were feeding each other ways to survive, and we didn't give a damn about your gender or non-gender, about your religious or non-religious affiliations. Just if you want food, this is what people are doing to get food. Oh, you need more masks? Here are these people who were making masks. 2020 brought us back to being human again. What will 2021 do for us? We're now at the brink of really creating the world we really want. That's what you do now, moving into 2021. What is it about 2020 that you want to take with you into 2021? Contemplate upon that. Plant the seeds for that. Remember, everything in this physical world was created in the etheric plane first. We contemplate, we figure things out, then we try the physical aspect of making what was there happen in real 3D. That's what we do. What do we want the world to be? Don't ask. Don't even worry about what is possible. Start with what do you want it to look like? What is your highest view for all of us? What if you had the power in the whole universe to create a new fucking reality? How would you do it? What would it look like? What is the end result? What would that end result look like? Contemplate on that. Dream. Play in that mindset. And then start talking about it. And then as you talk, you speak to other people who happen to have more information about that reality. Next thing you know, we're living it. Thank you, 2020. I had to spend even more time with myself, and I became even more spiritually powerful. I played with more candles and made more recipes to dress candles and to make incense and to make teas to go with the contemplating candles that was dressed for many purposes. I celebrate the changes that are happening in this reality because I was a part of it. I do my work in the dark. I do my work within me. And outward changes happen too. I want to thank all those who helped me get Enchanting Asheville podcast up and running. And it was amazing. I took a hiatus. I got other things in plan. And I'm excited about those ideas. I'm just doing my simple part. Thank you, everyone who listened to the views of others that had different views than you. Thank you for those who recognized that their friends had many different views than them, but they loved them enough to stay friends with them. Thank you for that. We're never meant to be just alike. We're able to hear and understand each other, stand our ground on what we believe, but know that the value of human life, the value of being able to be truly who you are was much more important than who and what they do and believe. The freedom, Americans, our freedom was more important than anything. What good is it for us to be fighting for our lives and not living? I love you all. Thank you, 2020, for tolerance and patience and wisdom. Thank you for giving me another view on what I want to see in the next 2,000 years. I'll be around getting younger, I'm sure. I'll probably still be getting white hair. Process. Jeez. Anyway, I love you. Thank you so much, Asheville. And continue to be strong. Continue to dream. Continue to be powerful, strong, loving Americans. Never forget that. And remember that it is about choosing life, choosing freedom, and the power of creation starts right here. All right. That was my message this day. Thank you so much. And see you again.
High Priestess Super Vixen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That was fantastic. What an inspiring message. Thank you. Thank you for coming and dropping that knowledge on us. For real.
Thank you so much. And it's great to see you guys. And
yes. It's great to see you too.
Until next time.
Absolutely. Yeah. I will see you in the new year, and we will we will realize that better world. And keep working towards that, as you say. And thank you for that message, Priestess Super Vixen. And thank you for coming by. We'll see you next time, all right? Thank you. Have a happy new year. Y'all give it up for Priestess Super Vixen. All right.
Bye for now.
Yes, indeed. On Poetry Open Mic Asheville. Priestess Super Vixen in the house. Check out that podcast, Enchanting Asheville. They're on a little hiatus right now, but you can still find the episodes and keep up with Priestess Super Vixen for more amazing stuff like that. And thank you again for dropping by tonight. So thank you, Priestess Super Vixen, and thank you, 2020. All right, so let's see. I think we got Ease up next, and Ease has a special New Year's set of music for us. Because as I was saying, we love partying with Ease at the Kava bar, and last year we had a huge New Year's Eve party. The place was packed. Everyone was dancing. We had no idea what was coming, but Ease was there. We had the bands playing. Woody Wood was there, and Ease gave us our countdown to the new year. So good times, and hopefully we'll be able to get together again next New Year and celebrate a whole wonderful New Year then. But anyway, y'all have a safe and wonderful New Year's, and keep it locked right here for Ease Doggy Dog. Let's beam him in now. You ready, Ease? You ready? Awesome. Ease is ready now. Let's get him in here. Y'all gonna have to make a whole bunch of noise, though. It's Ease Doggy Dog. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Yo, what's up?
What's up, East Dog? What's up, man? How you doing?
Nothing much, just chilling.
I know it, man. Not much else to do but chill right now, right?
I know, right?
Yeah, man. Well, it's good to see you, East Dog. You ready for this new year?
Hell yeah, more than ever.
Right? I hear that. So I know you got a special set of music for us tonight. What do you have for us tonight, Ease?
Well, first, I'm going to go ahead and start off with a very special song for this very special occasion. And everybody actually know the message, what's going on with this world. Everybody knows what's been going on as of this year and stuff, though. I mean, with the COVID crisis and everything.
Yeah, it's hard to not know about it. You'd have to be sleeping under a rock or something,
Yeah, like for real though. That's why
on a deserted island.
Yeah, that's why I actually made a song called "Future Sake."
Right, we love "Future Sake," man. That's a good song.
Yeah, so I'm actually planning on doing that, and I'm actually gonna have a surprise little thing I just wrote and stuff, though.
Oh, cool new stuff.
Well, I just read this one though, stuff though. I don't think I'm gonna release it though, but this is something that I've been feeling and stuff though all year.
Oh, cool!
And I feel like everybody should hear this.
Song.
Basically, this is gonna be like an Ease Dog exclusive in this Kava bar, as far as this Kava. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. All right. That's awesome, man. Cool. Well, Ease, man, I'm excited, and I'm gonna turn it over to you and let you do your thing now. But everybody out there, wherever you're at, jump up and down and make a whole bunch of noise for the one and only Ease Dog. Give it up, y'all. Give it up.
The dog is loose, and we're live at my crib, of course. Yes, we are already down to the last performance of this year, 2020. Yes, finally. I never thought that we would actually survive 2020, but we have. And now I'll be able to do what I love doing, which is doing my thing and delivering some of y'all finest hits and stuff though to all my finest fans. Y'all, thank you for tuning in, and y'all, thank you for showing the love and being behind me and stuff though throughout this turbulent time that we all going through. But yeah, I actually mentioned that we need to work together and get through this pandemic, because it's killing the vibe. It's killing everybody's vibe this year. I mean, with everything closing down, people shutting down, and people losing their minds and shit, though. I mean, it's a standstill, and we got to actually get through this. And this is not just, this isn't over. It definitely ain't over in the long shot. So we got to go ahead and get through this. And I'll actually explain to y'all and stuff, though, in the song, matter of fact. And this is a song that I actually written earlier this year about this pandemic. And this is a song called "Future Sake," because we all got to work together and get through this for future sake, literally. So I'm about to perform my first song of the night. Here it is, "Future Sake," produced by me. I actually produce beats all on my songs. Ease Dog on the track. This is the Ease Dog public service announcement. We're dealing with something serious. This coronavirus. We got to work together for future sake. Y'all clap your hands. It's affected the world, from your old grandparents to your little girl. For future sake, find a way to a cure for a better day. For future sake, so this pandemic will go away. For future sake, Y'all listen to the word that I have to say. Everybody in the world going through hard times. It's your boy y'all with these hard rocks. It's a cold red down here, a major crisis. Killing more people than the ISIS. Face to the bullshit coronavirus. We got to work together. We must fight this. For the end of the kids, they are vulnerable. Gotta play safe, this shit ain't curable. People be taking this as a joke. It's all for the game till the casket closed. And imagine in the hospital fighting for life. And you don't know if you're gonna live or die. This ain't no blue blood code, red is real. Over 1 million have fallen ill. Now it's up to us to battle this killer. You think that I'm playing, just read the fingers. It's affecting the world. From your old grandparents to your little girl. Let's go. For a future sake, find a way to a cure for a better day. For a future sake, so this pandemic will go away. For a future sake, y'all listen to the words that I have to say. Every day I wake up, someone's infected. If you're sick or not sick, everyone's affected. People losing their jobs, can't pay the bills. Everything goes down, shit's getting real. Forget the worst, everyone is stressing. They already talking about another recession. Can't go to the stores without no worry. Everything's all down in the same old story. Whole world is at a standstill for now. Every major city has done shut down. Nightlife is dead and dining is out. Can't do anything with bigger crowd. Stay home, stay safe, or there is a fate. To keep America great, America safe. We can do our part to make this better. We can all be strong to any weather. It's affecting the world, from your old grandparents to your little girl. Come on. For a future sake, find a way to a cure for a better day. Yep. For a future sake, so this pandemic will go away. For a future sake, y'all listen to the word that I have to say. Pandemic will be over sooner or later. It will take a cooperation, say a prayer. Take 3 back, practice social distancing. Here's my advice. Are you listening? Keep your hands washed and sanitize. Write down everything where the germ will fly. If we all do this, there's a brighter day. Be easy, great, and y'all stay safe. Yeah, and that was the feature sake track. And just like I said in this whole song, we all gotta do this, and we gotta work together for future sake, like for everybody's future sake, not just me. Only because like I'm hoping that I was gonna be able to get through this whole pandemic will be over by this now, and I'll be able to do what I want to do every year, my tradition for 2 years straight, which unfortunately, the way things are right now, we had a long shot of this happening though, and this has been a drag, depressed. Like, I mean, it's been like forever since I got on the stage. Matter of fact, I haven't got on this stage, this Kava bar stage, since March. And that was the day I actually did the video release / party showcase. You remember that? I know most of y'all at the Kava bar remember my video premiere party for my video Ashes Finest, which, by the way, y'all can actually watch the music video right now by going to my YouTube. Type in East Dog or type in Ashes Finest. It's still there. It's still hot. It's still popping though and stuff though. But now I'm going ahead and give y'all the very special treat that y'all been waiting for some time. As you know, I've been doing some shit though. I actually been keep on working. I stay working, coming out with some new shit and stuff though, much as I can. And hopefully when things start turning the corner, I actually will be getting back to where I was, including making a new EP called Ashes Finest 2, Heart of the Streets, because I have the heart of the streets when it comes to this shit. So now, the moment that y'all been waiting for, I actually just wrote this and stuff though, recently and stuff though, you know, about this pandemic and everything though, and everything that's been going on in this year that's been fucked up. So I decided to go ahead and finish off this year and stuff though, saying fuck 2020. Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do a fuck 2020, RIP 2020 song. And this is a song that I ain't put out. This is a little something I actually just wrote down stuff though while y'all actually still do your poetry thing. So here it is, Fuck 2020, produced by me. Let me start this shit over. Year 2020 was the year of hell. Year 2020 was the year of fails. Whole lot of shit done went down south. Ended up with a bad taste in my mouth. Just plain wishing for a time machine. Went to sleep, but it's still a bad dream. Just like it coming, didn't see it coming. Turn on the news, it's always something. Just exactly a year ago, at the cover bar getting ready for my show. Been looking forward to this lovely gig. Next thing that I know, I was feeling sick. Couldn't smell shit weak in my bones, but I kept the party going, show must go on. Still had to go to work at that place where I felt stressed and I could not wait to get the fuck out of here. Still had a cold. It's a good thing the job let me go. On top of that, my girl was homeless. Didn't have any room, just felt hopeless. Kobe Bryant, boy, that just one play. Took a life MVP, that was a shame. Month of March, I couldn't wait to have video premiere at my place. 1 week later, everything done changed. COVID pandemic, here come the pain. Closing down shop, everything is out. Running out of lights, all paper towel. Can't wipe my damn ass cause there's no tissue. COVID-19 is a major issue. Can't go out and perform my hit. This is a nightmare, man. Fuck this shit. Then we all have all these racist boys taking out all the brothers and pre-George Floyd. Every major city out here is looting, afraid to leave, afraid of the shooting. In the White House is just a circus with this clown president Trump cars and ruckus. Just yesterday, another recession. Now the clown is claiming a rigged election. People lose their mind like they lost their heads. Lose their job just waiting for a stimulus check. Everybody here going down right to left. That's why we gotta care for our health. Bring a mass practice 6 feet or more. They were great, read brighter day right in store. This is your boy E playing for your ear. Say fuck 2020 and Happy New Year. Yeah, I told y'all I was gonna come up with a little something stuff though for the year to finish off the year. Yeah, y'all thought I was playing with this shit. I was not playing stuff, man, with that 2020 shit. And that's exactly how I feel though. Yes. I actually made the beat too, by the way, and stuff though. Yes. I knew everybody and stuff though is rolling and stuff though right now as we speak. Yes, I really appreciate it. Oh my God. I already got a request. I was going to go ahead and finish it off though for the night, but somebody actually have requests. Let's see. Red drink. Yes. I see a little red drink and stuff though request. I know everybody wanted to hear that red drink. All right. All right, red drink is. Oh my God. You know what? Shoot, if you said fuck 2020 is your favorite eased off track, man, I may just change my mind and just go ahead and make this a song. Fuck it. Shit, I might as well. But yeah, we're about to go ahead and do the red drink joint, which everybody loves. Shoot, how many of y'all drinking something? How many of y'all drinking something? Raise your cups in the air if you're drinking something. Raise it up. And how many of y'all sipping on that red drink? Yes, I know some of y'all on that red drink right now. So I'm about to go ahead and kick off that red drink joint for the last song of the night, the last song performed in 2020. Y'all get ready, get lit. Here is red drink, produced by me, Ease Dog on the track. Let's go. Ease Dog on the track. Where my zip at? Where my motherfucking zip at? Where my zip at? Where my motherfucking zip at? Hey. Where my zip at? Where my motherfucking zip at? Where my zip at? I'm on that Kool-Aid. I'm on that high C. I'm on that red cherry, not the IC. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm sipping watermelon. No Beyonce. Put a rain on it. No Beyonce. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. Let's go. East Dog's dog coming with that juice. 1800 with the Welches make you loose. TURN, what you gonna do? I'ma take 7 cups for the crew. On this here the Kool-Aid, RIP. Got enough for everybody, fuck with me. If you ever your hood, throw it up. It's the red drink party, pull it up. I'm on that Kool-Aid. I'm on that high C. I'm on that red cherry, not the IC. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm sipping watermelon. No Beyonce. Put a rain on it. No Beyonce. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. If you're happy and you know it, drink some happy juice. Mix it up with some Henny and some apple juice. This ain't no booty punch, this some grown shit. There no bottles, no worry, bring my own shit. I be chillin' like a boss, like that Maybach. Sippin' gin and just like Snoop Dogg, laid back. My track is cold, red, call 911. On the Patrick Derry shit, about to go to dumb. I'm on that Kool-Aid. I'm on that high C. I'm on that red cherry, not the IC. Let's go. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm sipping watermelon. No Beyonce. Put a rain on it. No Beyonce. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. I'm on that red drink. I'm on that red shit. Nigga, my cup, feeling like can't giving no fuck. Double my cup, they be faking the lean in my cup. Leave me alone. In my own zone. Where I be on, if I am on that patrol. Sipping and sipping, that place that I know I be on the floor tripping. Taking them empty shots, shooting them up like I'm pimping. On my bartenders, hit up another one. Coming back home, that's where I know I be gone. Yep. Where my zip at? Where my motherfucking zip at? East Dog, where my zip at? Where my motherfucking zip at? Papa Bar, where my zip at? Yeah, that is like the red drink joints. And yes, thank you for tuning in. Yes, I really appreciate it for those that actually showed me love throughout this crazy year and stuff, though. I really appreciate it. I'm just glad that I was able to do what I wanted to do and stuff, though, before it got crazy and stuff, though. Yes, the video premiere party, release some new songs and everything. And don't worry, 2021 is going to be a better year. Yes. So y'all can do me a favor. Y'all can check out my song Feature Sake and some other hot joints on my SoundCloud. Ease Doggy Dog. Just type in Ease Dog on the SoundCloud search engine and I'll be there. And for those who mess with the Instagrams, don't be shy. Follow me, Ease Doggy Dog. Once again, Ease Doggy Dog. I got some good shit on there too. And for those who want to watch my music video, Asher's Finest, go to youtube.com/easygame888 or just go to type in the YouTube search engine, Ease Dog or Asher's Finest. Yeah, it'll pop up too. And know whenever I'll be performing next or whenever, just keep up with me on my Ease Dog Facebook page, Reverb Nation, etc. Preferably my Ease Dog Facebook page. And yes, and when in doubt, y'all go ahead, Google Ease Dog. Y'all be easy and be safe. And if I don't see y'all again, step down to the next year, I wish y'all a happy new year. And hopefully next year, you'll see your boy and Step Doe right here on stage again for the next New Year's.
Ease Dog! Thank you, Ease Dog! Yeah.
I see you rocking the hat though, Step Doe. Yeah, much love. I really appreciate it. Matter of fact, you ain't the only one that's rocking the Ease Dog hat. My girl and Step Doe, hyping friend and Step Doe, my best friend, I actually gave her an Ease Dog hat for Christmas.
Nice. That's a great gift.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very good. Well, thank you for coming by tonight, and hopefully before long we'll be seeing Ease Dog shows again, and everyone can get an Ease Dog hat and all that good stuff. But anyway, thank you for dropping the music tonight. Appreciate you being here. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you again soon, Ease.
Thank you. Yes, everybody have a good day. Y'all have a good night. Y'all have a wonderful, safe New Year's. And I definitely will be back in Step Doe for the 2021. You know it.
That's what's up. Y'all give it up for Ease Doggy Dog. Make some noise. Thank you, Ease. You're tuned into Poetry Open Mic Asheville, coming at you live from Asheville, North Carolina, broadcasting around the world on Facebook and YouTube, thanks to our sponsors, Sovereign Kava. Yes, indeed. Thank you for riding with us tonight. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be your host here. A big shout out to our Kava family down at the Kava bar. Appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. Much love, y'all. What's going on down there? Very good, very good. Anyway, the Kava bar is open noon to 9 every day for to-go orders. Mask required. They do have a patio open, and so check them out. If you perform tonight, you do have a free double shot waiting on you over at the Kava bar. So be sure and claim that. And keep it locked here. We got one or two more performances. And check us out here each and every Wednesday night for more open mic fun. We're here 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in the U.S. So check us out. We'll have a lot of good stuff coming up for you in 2021. 2021. Gotta get used to saying it, you know. All right. Do we have Emilio Maldonado in the house, in the virtual house, in the room, in the whatever it is? Anyway, y'all raise your glasses. Cheers, everyone. We got a bunch of comments here for Ease Dog. I want to make sure I blast these comments real quick. Thank you for the comments, everyone. Y'all keep those comments coming, because we always love hearing from you out there. Very good. What's up? Hey, Rachel. Hey. Big shout out to our technical director tonight, Morgan Beissert, making things run smoothly, you know. And we got good stuff coming up. We got Poetry Cabaret coming up at the Asheville Fringe Festival, January 22nd, 23rd. You can get your tickets at ASHEVILLEFringe.org. Check it out. This is going to be a very fun show. We have James McKay, the UK, joining us, and Terry Ellen Cross gave us fabulous poets on that show. Aaron Price on music. It's going to be a lot of fun. Check it out. Thank you. Shout out, shout out. Yes, indeed. You're riding with us. We're rocking and rolling. All right, we got Emilio. Y'all make some noise. All right, well, I'm going to read a poem then. This is called Mariposa. Why is the Spanish word for butterfly more beautiful? Perhaps because the sun in Spain shimmers as clovers and sea, and milkweed grows in bunches in the pastures and along dirt roads. Perhaps because language shapes my tongue into an arrow. Other languages have words for what I can't say in this poem, yet some are lost. Only through this arrangement do I begin to express anything close to wonder of the arid plains of Cordoba, or the cold beer and smell of cooked fish on the beaches at Malaga, or the old woman living in the hills above Granada, following its winding rivers, carrying orange blossoms like bridal veils, some happy party upstream from here. And faint shouts of laughter, a flicker of firelight dashes across the treetops. We must be so close to beauty. A mariposa always remembers where it's from. Generations of them fly home over flowers and tundra. Why didn't we see them as beautifully when words first cussed our lips? Why do our words fail us? It takes only 12 days for a caterpillar to transform from chrysalis, sleeping in milky white, to butterfly, wings spread, unfolding ministry of the mariposa. Forest elegy number 1. My friend told me of the 30-year-old owl whose tree died and had to be cut down. And inside the hollow of the tree, they found over 300 cat collars. Stealing beer from the drunk. Friends pass into our memory. Acres of fog press into our temples. Friends become bitter in fall. Where we began was the moment, and it wasn't meant to happen. Friends take leaps and fuck up. It wasn't staged like a one night only. All our practicing was real. Mountains of coal will bury us. Friends call through insane wind. Full moon pierces a purple sky. Your boy with the axe handle. Where have we let them lead us? The cries weren't for nothing. We needed a friend for a day. Fast witness. Music erases the poems in a small book as I lie in bed. The next room rattles. I wanted more time. Poems replace my memories with yellow walls and pine wood floor. a black umbrella beside the door to vast summer sky. A cello lets out a green tongue on a golden blanket, pears ripen on the mantle to the mice in the chimney tonight. We will give our best performance yet. Tomorrow, all will be the same. Do we have Emilio? Well, I'm just going to keep reading. Cheers, y'all. This is called He Remarks. This begins with an epigram from Wendell Berry. At the winter's end, I dance the history of its weather. Head bowed in silence, my arms lift with the first notes of the song. My body becomes wisps of blue smoke, ribbons from winter cigarette, stale moist earth, the intoxication of death, the hope of the moon, dark, colorless deer in its light. Then I rain a long time, then turn to snow, to ice. Tomorrow seed. Old sands are yesterday bones. White fleet of trucks hum on a freeway. Nobody has time. Today is scrambled eggs, newspapers, good coffee. The dog takes no interest in pigeons, but she chases the squirrels because they run. Turn up a guitar and play your name to me on its strings. Build a sculpture out of my bones in a surrealist style, as Bob Kaufman would if he sculpted with human bones in air. I would buy all his masterpieces, sitting unnoticed at the flea market. Time pulls a fast one on us. I'm lost in its darkness, shade of unreality blowing through leaves as tomorrow's seed catches on fresh dew. This is called Device for Distilling Lunar Humidity. Happy full moon, everyone. So I went to this exhibit at the Getty in LA. And they had a exhibit on the art of alchemy. So they had these old and alchemical manuscripts like displayed, and they're really beautifully made books. And anyway, this is about a drawing in one of those books. So I guess it's ekphrastic in a sense. Hey. Device for distilling lunar humidity. A crucible holds flesh like water, through which the astral salt filters universe mercury, the salt of metals, from this aqua viscose, vegetables, animals, minerals, sustained by the dew of the stars, at their cores, infused by lunar and solar moisture, crafted of earth and spirit. Lightning echoes in little jars and gallery walls. This elusive essence. Robbed of this, they suffocate and decay. What eyes can't see our tools will render. In alembic flashes, purple dust of fermented thought walk across this grass to the threshold of forest and time. The old book contained a diagram for an apparatus to attract lunar humidity. It collects through a cone connected to 3 cucurbits distilling the fine dew into essence of the moon and all dark winter nights included. The alchemist, in pastures of loneliness, his deep contemplation of leaves, on balconies over cobblestone streets that end in forest, blue lutes drone from somewhere under the moon, the humidity visible on the breath of every animal, on each path, guided by moonlight from ravines and cliffs poured onto the roads and wind-swept miles pouring into rivers that pour dreams into ears. Moonbeams touch the warm temples of the sleeping one, learning a new alphabet in dreams, with the unknown speaking in dialects unknown, turning into different form. Nothing can be captured, only changed, as we change, constant, like the turning of dew into vapor and back again, splitting self into patterns of blood, gold, cinnabar, subliming mercury, brimstone, quicksilver, vermilion of the mountains of the moon, radiating water like feather down, descending on the morning grass as breath rises from those that breathe. Winter sky, deep red night. Droplets collect in the jars as the alchemist recalibrates the apparatus. Folks, wherever you are, please jump up and down and make a whole bunch of noise for Emilio Maldonado! What's up, E?
What up, though, homie?
Chillin'. How you doing tonight, man? You all right?
You know, all right enough.
All right by today's standards.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So what's going on, man? You ready to be done with this year?
You know,
I don't know. It's been interesting. Of course, we had Valerie earlier. You know, like
Yeah.
like, hey, look, we learned a lot. A lot of big shit did happen this year. That
well, yeah, and you know, I think about
it's good to acknowledge.
Yeah, and I think about, you know, 2020 has been a difficult year, and we mark things through these like agreed upon sort of constructs and definitions and things, right? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
A year starts
what is
January 1st, and right.
Yeah,
You know,
on this calendar, you know.
exactly. You know, things like
this is the only calendar.
Yeah, you catch my drift. And
Yeah.
And so I've been thinking a little bit about that, like kind of here and there, and just you know, like I don't want to, like 2021 doesn't hit some sort of reset with the struggles people are having. I mean, there's definite resets that are going to happen because, you know, they have to do with like financial benefits and government restrictions and institutional things and things that like are for real affecting our lives. So I'm not trying to kind of like, man, it doesn't mean shit, man. It's all in your mind. Like no. I'm not trying to say it like that. And you know what?
No,
you know how I just said it? I hinted strongly at a disdain for a motherfucker that does say that. Yeah, I'm being judgmental, but you know, that's you. You do you. I'm just saying, this isn't. I'm not characterizing it like that, you know.
No, I feel you.
but at the same time, it's like when things will feel over is when, you know, a great majority of people can function in their lives, you know, in a healthy way, in a less risky way, than how we are right now. Now, that doesn't mean we might need to be wearing masks on some level or another, like a lot of places on the planet wear masks a lot more frequently.
Yep.
Yeah, than we do.
That too, yeah.
So there's going to be things that maybe just don't look like they did 2 years ago, you know.
Oh yeah.
But
yeah, I mean, there's no real going back, you know.
Well, it's just
it's not.
Yeah. There's a lot that's going to be new. There's a lot that's going to be different. Mm-hmm. So you know, who knows what that's going to really like for really real, you know, for real, you know. But you know, I think in terms of like something being over, you know, when there's less, you know, than 1,000 people dying every fucking day over stuff that, you know, is COVID related, you know, things like that. I mean, like that's going to be okay. Now here's this. Now, having said all that, yeah, I'm looking forward to the end of the year and the beginning of the new year.
So,
I mean, you know, I'm going to be honest. It's like, hey, man, I can have, you know, I can have more than one opposing feeling, you know?
Oh, yeah. Well, no, man, I feel you. Yeah. I don't, you know, I'm
that doesn't make me a hypocrite, man. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
I like to watch cartoons and I like to watch, you know.
You come on here, Emilio. You take a dump all over New Year's. You came on on Thanksgiving, took a dump all over Thanksgiving. No, I hate Thanksgiving too. That's bullshit. But we should ask what holidays do you not hate, if any?
Hey, for real?
No, I'm just playing with you.
Okay.
No, honestly, dude, I feel sort of indifferent this year about the whole, like, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, whatever. New Year's, it's another day. But you know, I like to go out and celebrate in the times at least. But yeah, this year I feel totally indifferent. Like, I don't know, man. We celebrated last year; it didn't go so well. So,
well, you know, it's like
chilling this year.
Part of what New Year's is, though, is also like you have this kind of build up to it.
Yeah,
you know. So like you have this like okay, we did the family thing, we did the togetherness thing. Now it's the blow the doors off thing, or you know,
right.
or whatever. You know, different people. Like there's a lot of cool celebrations that involve, you know, like cleansing and.
Oh yeah.
There's this long time thing in
Chicago.
In
ASHEViLLE.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'll bet, man. And you know,
man,
there's this long time thing that I've never made it to. That there's two. One is a little bit older than the other, but it's like essentially 24 hours of music is one of them.
Cool.
And that's at the Chicago Cultural Center, and it's free. You can drop in and drop out at any time, and that's something that has been going on. And then there's this other thing. It's like I believe it's primarily percussion based. And
cool.
Yeah. And one of the people involved is this cat named Michael Zarang. He's a longtime Chicagoan, you know, been involved in everything from, I mean, for real, just like multi-talented and multi-genre type artist. Like he does stuff that's like, you know, free jazz, and he does stuff that's funk, and he does his own thing, and, you know, he does like spiritual kind of like Coltrane drumming. I mean, you know, like all this sort of stuff, right?
Way cool.
And yeah, and he does this thing.
Love Coltrane. Man.
Yeah, you know, right. That's like saying, hey, do you like Waterman? You know.
Yeah, I know, but
no. But I mean,
he's from North Carolina, man. He's from North Carolina.
I forget that.
Yeah,
but you know the other, but you know, I just shit on that. So I apologize.
You're gonna shit on everything, man.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, let's face it. You know, I'm. You know, it's like people get fooled into thinking like I'm this nice person, and you know, I think I'm a much bigger asshole than I even realize. You know, I don't mean to be. You know, I think it's my ability to, you know, have a little bit of of non-threatening eye contact and smile that, you know, uh, uh, camouflages this sad, angry little, you know, chunk of funk that that walks
Oh,
around, you know, and it's like, hey
yeah.
man, I'm
And
I'm
then,
I'm shit on you. Yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I keep on cutting you off.
oh no, yeah, you know.
Yeah,
And then they hear your poetry.
yeah, and then it's like, all right, so you're both full of shit, right? That's the answer, you know. So, I mean, you know,
Oh.
but you know, I try to catch myself when I'm starting to get too negative, and it's like, whoa, is that how I really feel, or is it just, am I just on, you know, is like some anger getting misdirected, you know? But
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, you know, I mean, I think it's good to let that stuff out in healthy ways, you know.
yeah.
But also, you know, I mean, like you kind of, you know, you can kind of, you know, if you get kind of focus more on the good, the positive, and stuff, you know, you can have a better time a lot of the time.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
the funny thing is, like, this is what I mean. It's
Easier
like,
said than done, of course.
I feel like that is something that I think about and I try to do, and yet I just heard myself talking. It's like, God damn, what the hell? Who let that guy in? You know?
Yeah. Hey, it still happens, but yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you, dude. I feel you.
Yeah, this is. I'm gonna ask you more about that. You know, now it's like, hey man, do I really, you know, am I really fucking like negative Nancy a lot more than I realize? And now I know, that it's you're right. I go, what do you mean more than you realize? You know, you fucking angry little
More than
man.
you
Shit.
realize.
Yeah, man.
Oh
But
man.
I will
No, I
say
mean
this Christmas was one of the um, first times in a while. Like, you know, I mean, there was there was things to feel sad about, and yet this one was one of the warmer sort of um, just together Christmases than I had felt in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. I
So,
feel that, man. Yeah.
and I think that actually was testament more, way more. Not that I think, I know it was because of who I was in the room with. Then,
Mm-hmm.
oh, I tried to have a better approach to it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like
That's
I for
interesting.
sure in that day I was reacting more to the people I was with than like, let me infuse you with the good vibes. Like I don't know that I
Yeah.
was really doing that, you know. But
Well,
it was a really nice day and a really nice
it
time to spend with family. How was yours, man?
yeah. It was, man, it was totally chill. I feel like it was, yeah, I can relate to that, man. It was
Yeah,
way more relaxed this year, and like that just, you know, it wasn't like, you know, there wasn't pressure to do a whole bunch of shit, you
true,
know,
true.
and just it ended up being super chill and like super wholesome and real kind of like personal, you know, like a real
Mm.
kind of take a personal Christmas, you know, like
Yeah,
a
man,
individual kind of
I like that.
thing. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I like how you
it's
said that
good
is what
to
I mean too.
recharge, cause like I don't know, man,
Yeah,
like Christmas, the whole holiday season for me, and like I got you know, I got tons of Jewish friends and shit like that too, you know, so it's like this big whole holiday season,
mm-hmm.
and it's just like party like every year, you know, like there's you know, this
Yeah.
party and that party, go to, you know, everybody's doing something, you know,
Well, and you know,
and
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 you have this particular place in the world where there's like a significant reload of like youth and youthful energy happening in Asheville and around the places that you know, either socialize or have to work in. You know what I mean? Like
mm-hmm,
at the bar, you know, 2 years from now, I'd say probably 30% is going to be whole new people that, you know, maybe didn't even live in Asheville, right?
yeah,
You know,
oh
so
yeah.
there's like that kind of like new renewing kind of energy.
all the time.
And then
there's
you're a
always new
kick-ass,
people coming
really,
in.
like, you're a very cool person, you know, and you just draw other cool people to you, you know, and other creative people. So there's less of a, hey man, what are we doing? Oh, I don't know, man. You wanna Xbox it, and you know, it's like,
Yeah.
you know, I don't think that's like the go-to for you, you know.
Nah, man, let's go do some shit. Let's go
Yeah,
do some
yeah,
real
yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let's make something.
I think that's a big ups, you know, to recognize like why it's like the holiday season for you is just like, you know, gathering after gathering after gathering, and exchange of energy, and you know, sometimes depleting but also recharging and inspiring, and you know, it's cool, man.
Yeah. But like this year, it was nice to just have like have a personal Christmas.
Yeah. Well, and a whole season of that.
Yeah, pretty much. It was
Right.
chill the whole time.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just,
right.
you know, other than seeing my mom and my brother for a day or two, I've just
Yeah.
been
I do
home
think
and work.
that is part of what created the, you know, it's like, New Year's is like, it's all right. It's okay, you know.
Yeah. Oh, man. I totally forgot we were doing a show, man. Do you have some poems?
I have a
with
few.
you?
I have a couple two tree.
Awesome, dude. Oh man.
Hey,
Well,
give my love to your moms
I certainly will.
and to your brother.
Of course, our technical director Morgan Beissert. And we got so we have Emilio Maldonado here, a great Chicago poet. And man, you know, I'm gonna just let him speak for himself, because it's always knockout poetry with
Big ups to
Emilio.
Oh, hey, I wanted to give you props for the collection of features you guys put together for last week. That was
Oh yeah, that
cool.
was fun.
Yeah, that
Morgan
was
did
really
that.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was really
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, that was way cool. We'll have to do some more stuff like that in the
Yeah,
future, man. That was
that
a
was-
lot of fun, man. We need to do like a big old different highlight thing.
Yeah,
but
but that was
God, that was amazing.
that was sweet. That was sort of like, you know, there was a couple I was like, oh damn, I never went back and watched that one, you know.
Oh yeah,
There was
It's-
actually a poet that I didn't know did a feature, and I follow her on Instagram.
oh far out.
And I was like, hey, shit, it was Dylan Krieger or Dylan
Oh
McKrieger.
yeah, from Louisiana.
Yeah. I
Oh
was
yeah,
like,
she's fantastic. Yeah.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
I've been following her for a few months now on Instagram. So it's like, get the fuck out.
Oh
know.
yeah, man, it's a small poetry world, you know. It really is, man.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was just neat to see that, and then, you know, just like check out the different selection, because I was just like, at first I thought it was going to be every one. I'm like, oh no, it's not. So then it was like, oh, okay. So when did you?
We didn't
read,
have
you know?
time to do.
No,
everyone.
of course.
There's
But it
been a
was
lot,
cool, like
though.
trying to go back and like look up. Okay, so when did you read? Because I want to see, you know, everything that.
Catch the rest of it, yeah, because it was just a highlight reel.
Right, catch the rest of it, but also just like kind of see what everybody else was vibing on, what you were vibing on. You know, that's going to take a little bit of time, but you know,
Totally. But it's all up there, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
all
man.
archived.
So-
Word. Well,
All right.
thank you, Emilio. I'm gonna turn it over to you for some poetry, and everybody out there, jump up and down, scream and shout, and make some noise for our friend Emilio Maldonado. Give it up.
All right. So. Harry Dean Stanton. Sometimes I'm scared of my thoughts. I don't like where they go. I'm ashamed of what they say about me. Sometimes I can't stop confusing myself, fooling myself. Like drinking shoe polish. It's an unwelcome moment. Everybody has bad weather. One more glass of Makers that'll put me in zombie mode. I'm supposed to say some words in Spanish right now. We have no secret language. A relationship of negative zone interactions. 3 black holes trying to fill each other up with the usual of drugs, booze, fucking, and beautiful lies. Of all the things we never said to one another, some were more painful not to hear. I'm sleeping and it's shitty alone. Now I feel like a whore. It's late and I'm broke. Ever the sadist, I sit in the dark and I confess the thoughts of you. This doesn't please anybody in my bed. You broke Chicago for me. Didn't I bleed enough for you? Beg, scream, a rage for sale, a dream on the stroll, getting on scab knees to suck smelly cock in an alley. It's my turn. Next to me is a woman that never put on a mask to hide the ugliness. You'd like her. We have no secret language. Never trying to hide how ugly she is. Braver than me. I'm supposed to say some words in Spanish right now. So, I wrote this poem when I was down in Asheville. I think it was my second time. And I've always had unpredictable moments when I've been down there. Whether it's these great jam sessions that happen from 10 o'clock at night till 3 or 4 or 5 in the morning. Just throwing out poems and jamming with musician buddies and Caleb's. Or just hanging out and seeing the wonderful poetry and music, and sometimes just going dancing, sometimes being seduced by a woman that I didn't see coming, and sometimes just getting a haircut. My first ashtray. Begin the beguine. Big full lips marking my neck, my face, my shirt, my neck, yours. Oh my. You gotta go. I mean home. To your bed. Real soon. Call me. Icebergs and ghosts. Purple jumpsuits, big heavy titties. What am I thinking? What the fuck took you so long? Breathe, sighed, and drained of self-dignity. This booming thought. This is the crazy I want, I miss, I was. She's beautiful. She's a disaster. She can see right through my bullshit. She's so fucking dirty. She has tiny lips. 1, 2, She is not happy being unhappy. She's drinking her way to anger, numbness, and dice rolling. A human Bermuda Triangle. Wait for me. Icebergs. Ghosts. Now I know why we don't talk. I ask you this all the time. You never tell me the words I want written on my mirror. I feel another woman's lower back. My hand notices the difference. She's just standing there, enjoying the attention. I wonder if I ever benefit from the lies I tell myself. I've been choking down tears again. I'm forgetting how to breathe. Toxic waste in my veins. When I was a kid, it turned you into a superhero. Now it's like a bad tattoo I gave myself. Ánimo perdido, destacado. Rejecting nature twisted up so bad that I corrupt the nearest to me. Fuck bruises. Fuck bruises. Remember leaving bruises that are only mine. Getting my hair shook like I did when I was 5. Like I once was an Inca. But he put the cuernos to his wife and she grabbed his big old indio head and scratched and pulled his hair out on Laura. I drank myself to death last night. Quiero esa cara que conocí, que nunca imaginé. But I knew it for 1,000 years and it'll be 10 or another life before I see her again. The only S-curve I really remember. Playing soul in La Racola. I see her now and then. Eyes flash like hers. That arch to me or you that she did. Nobody has laughed yet, though. La Bella. Mi primera tentación. O más bien, my favorite, not mine. Saturday night is greedier than me. I was born into this and I blew it. I had only sun and belts like a true Mexica. Sol y duende como gitano. But it was Instagram orange and blue hipster Polaroid expired film memories. Yeah, it was the American beauty of laughter and tears. That way that it happens when Chicago is this city that gets St. Patty's Day drunk. And the only colors in the hood are neon, kush, white shirt, los gritos of moms y madres, clinic gray, drop-in shelter pride. All the memories I have are dull roars of violence I was gonna do. They're every real non-stop stories of liters of blood lost are on the 9 o'clock stop to get a pint, some papers. I am a punk. I write to make sense of it all. Quisiera sentir otros feelings. Es muy temprano para los pinches blues. Invisible tattoos mark me for those que tienen el ojo. Separado, separándome, abandonado. El amor es un primo que me debe dinero y perdió my number. A keyboard bangs out some Fats Domino New Orleans struggling toll. Stroll and hug. Twist and dip. Size each other up for each other's beds. I make meaningless eye contact. La neta doña Chabela me salva y me parte en pedazos que nunca se van a reunir. No aguanto otra época dura. Así solo se venden, amigo, me contestan. Solo así hay, carnal. 10 o'clock hearses block Western Avenue. There's no beer tub, girl. Esto es grito time. Vaya que un Diosito time. Noche larga y no te dejas que se acabe la bebida, time. Mírame, cómo soy. Solo así hay. Solo. I can't see well. I miss clarity. A black wall devastated me once years ago. My tears slip past my beard. I leave my memory to its own care. I try to smile, realizing what just happened, that I'm alive still. I used to soar. I can still dance. I stare. I intrude. I'm always looking for fresh faces. I sleep alone. Oblivion grows impatient. Disappointment wrestles with hope. What courage I had leaves me again. I can hear a calliope. I can't smile now. I'm ruined again. I don't sleep. I try not to become steel. I make promises and wishes. I close my eyes to it all. I have more questions. I need a flower, I think. This is the last one. We are an imbalanced equation. We don't speak in magics and witchcraft, sacred geometry, tattoos embarrassing you every time I pay for your drink. We are unbalanced, slightly off true. Fantasy holds less rejection than us. Our lives mucking up the clear waters at the edge. Is this why I feel jealous instead of indifferent? Guided meditate somewhere else. I clutch to this native pain. I'm done with dreams for now. The rainbow is some book or poem I read. A place I could never roller skate at. A bar I pissed myself in. I wrote on my hand because I'd die if I forgot to tell you another thing. To make promises I'll never keep. Whisper my secret names to you prematurely. Basura. Fantasmas. Fantasia. This is a little epitaph. He didn't know it, but he wanted to live and die like a jazz musician for a long time. Thanks. There you go.
All right. Thank you, Emilio. Very good stuff, man. Appreciate you being
cool?
here tonight. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. And thank you for doing this. I hope we can get together in the new year. And of course it's always good at least getting together virtually in the meantime. And man, thank you for being part of this. It's been an awesome year of virtual open mics. That's for sure. Man.
Powerful stuff. Wonderful, the community you've been able to keep on creating and sustaining. Also that everyone else has been sustaining, because without the artists, you'd just be talking to yourself,
Right, and that would be weird.
So it's been big ups to all of y'all, to shout out to Kava Bar, Sovereign Kava.
Yep.
All you cats. So
shout out to everyone. Yeah, man, we couldn't do it without everyone that makes it what it is. So thank you for being part of that.
Wrapping up the year. But yeah, man.
Anyway, man.
Big love.
Big love, Emilio. Hey, have a happy and safe New Year.
Thank you.
And
Everybody, you too, man. Be safe. Be safe.
Absolutely, man. Big ups, much love to you and
Yeah.
yours. And everyone, give it up one more time for Emilio Maldonado. Maldonado live from Chicago tonight. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's been a fantastic evening. It's been a lot of fun. I love doing this open mic with y'all. Thank you so much. We will keep it going in the new year. And many thanks to Kava, our sponsor. Everyone stay safe out there for the New Year's. And take care of yourselves and one another. And take this feeling we've created here and do something good with it. We'll leave y'all with a few poems here. Y'all keep doing it. We appreciate it. This is called Ginger Cake Acres. Slow acorn drip from twisted branches. Pages of iron rust cling. On the Forest Service Road, we crawl for miles in a red Jeep to Table Rock, where we smell smoke and rounding the corner see flames engulfing the mountains of dried leaves, and we meet the confused looks of the rangers to hike forward. As we pass back down the winding road, a mountainside opens through the blue smoke. Landscape scathed and charred, columns of stumps waft like cone incense, fading cool couches of stone, black carpet coughing on glass. Science of hardwood turning to ash all around, traveling the wild acres in brushstrokes. The grayness of the day settling in, forgetting the smoke. Not a compass or map or watch. The silence of the forest with one slight wind and our voices climbing into the unfamiliar, now beginning to snow. Sign. The anxious opiate addict, 10 days sober, keeps asking to play the piano, undeterred that the answer is always no. He's just asking if he can just play the piano. It had a sign on it that said to ask the bartender before playing. He just wants to play it for a few minutes. Is it cool if he just plays it for a few minutes? He's just asking. We're really just trying to close up, man. But he just wants to play it for a few minutes. So is it cool if he just plays it for a few minutes? He's just asking, though. He knows how to play. He'll play it really good just for a few minutes. He's just asking if he can play the piano. Just a few minutes. Piano. Is it cool? Piano. A few minutes. He's asking. Piano. Minutes. Piano. Piano. He's just asking. Piano. Minutes. Piano. He's asking. Minutes. Piano. 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 A few minutes. He's just asking if he can just play the piano for a few minutes. He really needs to get something out. A jazz chord came out. When I stepped on the floorboard at my grandmother's house, a jazz chord came out.
When you're out on the streets,
a quick run. A little scale of creaks underneath the carpet, as if there were a man inside the wall, feeding on mold and letting his beard grow. entwined with a saxophone.
and say no, officer.
In the evening when the lights are low,
I don't know the substance to which you refer. Just cigarettes.
he searches the empty spaces for the house made of notes.
Cigarettes. Forget your regrets. Just cigarettes.
Outside faintly bullfrogs are the baritones of the night, accompanying cicados that rock our bed, while the great ships of cloud carry the moon across to safety. Another journey past.
A puff now and then,
Time for rest.
it's gonna help it a cold fire.
Now we are home.
You smoke you too much, you're gonna act like a dope.
Most home.
Just cigarettes.
Home as we'll ever be.
Just cigarettes.
Clock blinks a green 12 a.m. as the cows jump over the moon, going home too. Nighttime. The pink shell of dusk gives way to the black forest of nighttime beyond hate and fear. Somewhere on a frozen summit, the day hides out, throwing stones beyond hate and fear. During the night, bonfires burn brightly, and drum circles spring up beyond hate and fear. Across the globe, people are drumming, dancing in a realm beyond hate and fear. At lake's edge, trees lean in to hear stories of water, stories beyond hate and fear. Remotely, an owl's hoot shines light into the cavernous dark beyond hate and fear. One day all the briars will turn to glass, and the bombs will boil the sea beyond hate and fear. From the conk's mouth, death blows another day into existence, beyond hate and fear. She and Dow O'Connor spending the night in a villager's pavilion. The pillow for his bed is a rock from midstream. The spring from the well bottom flows to a pond through bamboo. The night is half gone, but the guest hasn't slept. He alone hears the mountain rain arrive. Seeking but not finding the recluse. Under pines I ask the boy. He says my master's gone to gather herbs. I only know he's on this mountain, but the clouds are too deep to know where. No wind, no rain. Jane Hirschfield. No wind, no rain. The tree just fell, as a piece of fruit does. But no, not fruit, not ripe, not fell. It broke. It shattered. One cone's addition of resinous cell sap. One small-bodied bird arriving to tap for a beetle. It shattered. It shattered. What word, what act was it we thought did not matter? I suppose one of the good things that did happen this year is that Trump was voted out. And this is a poem that was written at the beginning of that tumultuous 4 years. This is on the 5th day. On the 5th day, the scientists who studied the rivers were forbidden to speak or to study the rivers. The scientists who studied the air were told not to speak of the air. And the ones who worked for the farmers were silenced, and the ones who worked for the bees. Someone from deep in the Badlands began posting facts. The facts were told not to speak and were taken away. The facts, surprised to be taken, were silent. Now it was only the rivers that spoke of the rivers, and only the wind that spoke of its bees, while the unpausing, factual buds of the fruit trees continued to move toward their fruit. The silence spoke loudly of silence, and the rivers kept speaking of rivers, of boulders and air. Bound to gravity, earless, tongueless, the untested rivers kept speaking. Bus drivers, shelf stalkers, code riders, machinists, accountants, lab techs, cellists kept speaking. They spoke the 5th day of silence. And I want to do one more Jane Hirschfield poem. My dad. Like all who believe in the senses, I was an accountant, copyist, statistician, not registrar, witness, permitted to touch the leaf of a thistle, the trembling work of a spider, to Pondle Hubble's recordings. It did not matter if I believed in the party of particle or of wave, as I carried no weapon. It did not matter if I believed. I weighed ashes, actions, cities that glittered like rubies on the scales I was given, calibrated in units of fear and amazement. I wrote the word it, the word is. I entered the debt that is owed to the real. Forgive, spine-covered leaf, soft-bodied spider, octopus lifting one curious tentacle back toward the hand of the diver, that in such black ink I set down your flammable colors. some Merlin. Wild geese. It was always for the animals that I grieved most. For the animals I had seen, and for those I had only heard of, or dreamed about, or seen in cages, or lying beside the road. For those forgotten, and those long remembered, for the lost ones that were never found again. Among people, there were words we all knew, even if we did not say them. And although they were always inadequate when we said them, they were there if we wanted them when the time came. With the animals, always there was only presence, as long as it was present, and then only absence, suddenly, and no word for it. In all the great written wisdom of China, where are the animals? When were they lost? Where are the ancestors who knew the way? Without them, all the wise words are bits of sand twitching on the dunes where the forests once whispered in their echoing ancient tongue. And the animals knew their way among the trees. Only in the old poems does their presence survive. The gibbons call from the mountain gorges. The old words all deepen the great absence, the vastness of all that has been lost. It is still there. The vastness of all that has been lost. It is still there. When the poet in exile looks up long ago, hearing the voices of wild geese far above him, flying home. Well, I hope we've been able to bring you a little love on the Poetry Open Mic Asheville love stream. We're going to keep doing this for now, so keep tuning in each and every Wednesday night for more. My name is Caleb Beissert. It's always a pleasure to be with you. Y'all please have a safe and happy New Year. This is a little blessing from old Jaffe Ryder, Gary Snyder. For the children. The rising hills, the slopes of statistics lie before us. The steep climb of everything, going up, up, as we all go down. In the next century, or the one beyond that, they say, our valleys, pastures. We can meet there in peace if we make it. To climb these coming crests, one word to you and your children. Stay together. Learn the flowers. Go light. Stay together. Learn the flowers. Go light. The hurt you embraced becomes joy. Call it to your arms where it can change. The hurt you embrace becomes joy. Call it to your arms where it can change. A silkworm eating leaves makes a cocoon. Each of us weaves a chamber of leaves and sticks. Silkworms begin to truly exist as they disappear inside that room. Without legs, we fly. Without legs, we fly. When I stop speaking, this poem will close and open its silent wings. Without a net, I catch a falcon and release it to the sky, hunting God. This wine I drink today was never held in a clay jar. I love this world, even as I hear the great wind of leaving it rising. For there's a grainy taste I prefer to every idea of heaven. Human friendship. Human friendship. Allah. 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 One night a man was crying in the street, Allah, 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 Allah. His lips grew sweet with the praising. Until a cynic said, I've heard you calling out, but have you ever gotten any response? The man had no answer to this. He quit praising and fell into a confused sleep. In his dream, he saw Hitter, the guide of souls, in a thick green foliage. Why did you stop praising? Because I never heard anything back. Because I never heard anything back. This longing you express is the return message. This longing you express is the return message. The grief that you cry out from draws you toward union. Your pure sadness that wants help is the secret cup. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. Listen to the moan of a dog for its master. Listen to the moan of a dog for That whining is the connection. Listen to the moan of a dog for his master. That whining is the connection. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. There are love dogs. There are love dogs. There are love dogs. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. There are love dogs no one knows the names of. There are love dogs no one will ever know the names. There are love dogs no one will ever know the names of. One night a man was crying in the street. One night a woman was crying in the street. Allah. 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 They're love dogs. No one knows the names of. They're love dogs. No one knows the names of. They're love dogs. No one knows the names of. Give your life to be one of them. Thanks for coming to Poetry Open Mic, Asheville. We'll see you again next week. Y'all have a safe and happy new year. Take care. Many thanks to Sovereign Kava. My name is Caleb Beissert, your host. Our technical director tonight is Morgan Beissert, and our sponsor is Sovereign Kava, of course. Y'all check us out next time. Same place, same time. We'll see you then. Y'all take care. Be well. Thank you. dull times, my darling, your friends liked me more than you, I suspect. Loyalty is sometimes taken for granted. I'm gonna sit on the floor and do some caresses to the rug, get my fingers vibrating. I hide a bottle of brandy in a jacket pocket. You find strangers' lips ready and warm. I promise the phrase "you should" has been 86 forever. Ice cream's on me next time. Caleb Beissert also on percussion and drums, Rob on the bass, Chris on guitar.